Hi, I'm Amy.
I'm Laura.
And we are Two Paper Girls. Before we get started today, I've got some things to show you. I've been really spoiled. Laura went on holiday to
Dorset, West Bay. If you've watched Broadchurch, it's where they filmed that. Like, we were right by the cliff. Like, the cliff where he's lying under it. It was really cool.
And it's where they have dinosaurs, right? I love dinosaurs so much. Jurassic Park top. Look what Laura got me. Is a pen.
I was on the Jurassic coast, so I was like, I've got to get Amy some dinosaur stuff.
It's my lucky exam pen, basically. It's going to bring me luck. And look what else I have. I have dinosaur playing cards. So that's going to be fun at university because we use cards a lot for various drinking games. And now my friends are going to kill me because they've got to put up with it.
I'll learn all the dinosaur names finally, though.
I know. Everyone's going to be cool because I've been trying to guess what my friends look like as dinosaurs.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just going to be able to show them, like, this is you. And they're just going to hate me forever. But it's my birthday soon, so they can't not use them because it's my birthday, my rules, my dinosaurs.
But before I went on holiday, me and Amy went to the cinema to see the Spooks film. It was actually called The Seventh Son. This series is called The Wardstone Chronicles. First book is The Spooks Apprentice, second one is The Spooks Curse.
And we won't go through all of them because there's about 10,000 books.
Yeah.
The series in itself trailed off. Like,
Yeah.
I tried to read them, but since Tom is now the spook in the later series, I just can't read it anymore because the way it's gone. But anyway, the film.
The film. Amy saw the trailer and instantly thought she was going to hate the film.
And I was right.
But I said, keep an open mind, you know, they do change stuff because it'll just work better. Like, this is a pretty small book. I think for this to be a film would have been a little bit of a stretch. And him being 11... they don't do that anymore. If it's not Harry Potter, the kids in book to movie adaptations are always like 18 or 20 or crazy.
30. Yeah.
So I was okay with having like 20-year-old Ben Barnes as Tom. I was like, I can deal with that.
I couldn't.
I know. But you were okay with the start of the film.
It was
first,
okay.
like 40 minutes, I was really enjoying it. I was like, they've changed some stuff, but I can deal with it.
But then the spook come in.
Oh, the spook. Jeff Bridges played him, who's a really famous actor.
And he ruined it.
He ruined
it.
He was just strange. He has
He
the
should
weirdest voice.
Read. He should have read the book. He got
Yeah.
Gregory so wrong.
Yeah.
So wrong. Oh.
He had a really weird way of talking as well. His voice was bizarre. We just kept laughing at him. But
Why was he an alcoholic?
yeah, he
It
was
just
kind
made
of
no
like
sense.
Hamish.
Yeah.
Which is so wrong because he's meant to be like Dumbledore. He's
Yeah.
kind of like fatherly, caring
loving.
kind of guy, and he was just an idiot. He was drunken and...
Oh. He's meant to prove to Tom that the job is hard, but he's still meant to give him the benefit of the doubt. The good thing, like, it started off alright.
It started off really
with
good.
Billy Bradley,
Yeah.
his first apprentice.
Which is mentioned in these books.
Who is Jon Snow. I got really excited.
Oh,
yeah. And I was like, oh, you've just killed Jon Snow. Anyway.
But we had a little like fangirl moment when he was like William. We were like, who the hell is William? They were like, oh, it's Billy Bradley. That's really cool. Like,
Yeah, like they did that
they've
well.
done backstory.
And like Gregory with Bill Bradley was how he should have been with Tom.
Yeah.
He doesn't hate Tom just
No.
because Bill had died. Because if you look on the wall in the book, like there's a wall of all his past apprentices and all the apprentices that lived in the house. There's billions.
Yeah.
It's not just like he had this one apprentice and he really liked him, but because he died, he hates Tom.
Yeah.
He loves Tom.
They like, if you haven't read the books, the film makes sense. You think the spook is just like seen so much horrible stuff, so he's an alcoholic and he's trying his best, but the whole world's kind of gone to rubbish. It makes sense for the film, but if you read the books, it's just like, it's like the Goblet of Fire moment. You know where Dumbledore like strangles Harry? It's like, did you put your name? It's like that, but for a whole film. It's just wrong.
It's not meant to be like that. There's also many things wrong with the setting. Like, it's meant to be a rural place, and then
It's
there's
like
just
England,
like,
isn't it? It's like nice green hills and
it's
stuff.
like they get the, what's it called? I was gonna say the plane, the one on the sea.
Boat?
Yeah, they get the boat from Southampton. It's not a mystical land.
Yeah,
like,
they did like a New Zealand kind of Lord of the Rings thing. It was like crazy big mountains and waterfalls, and the witch's den was like kind of looked Egyptian. It was all kind of sandy columns that was in a mountain. I didn't have a massive problem with the setting though.
It was just
It
too
didn't bother me that
weird.
much, but it was a bit strange.
It was like, where is it? It was like a fantasy land. I'm like, it's not fantasy land. It's meant to be like England.
Yeah.
And the Spooks house bothered me as well because I was really looking forward to seeing the house. And then there wasn't a house. It was this weird evil forge. And I was like, what is this?
I was okay with the house. Like, I didn't have the nitpicky problems Amy had, because I'm not as like, not in a bad way, just I would be the same if they did this to Harry Potter or something. But, so I didn't have those problems. So I was okay with the first, 40 minutes, but then it just got bad. Like, as a film, ignoring the books, it just became a bad film. It was so rushed and random. Like, it ended and you were like, oh, is that the end? It just sort of, it was just bad. Like, it was a big build-up to a battle, and then that was all kind of underwhelming. They just ended and you were like, oh.
Alice and Tom. It takes takes 6 books for Alice and Tom to kiss, because obviously they're meant to be 11 at the start, and instead they're 20, and then in the first book they don't just kiss, no. They don't, do they? No.
But again, because they were older actors, it kind of made sense to kiss, but they kissed a lot and they were in love, and I think they did it, and I'm just like,
they did.
That's unnecessary.
They did it while his mum was busy dying.
Which doesn't happen for a very long time.
Which doesn't happen for another 6 books, I don't think. Tom's mum in the film is rubbish compared to Tom's mum in the book. For one, she wants him to go.
Yeah.
In the book, she has a purpose for him, and just the entire mum story is really good in the book.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, spoilers, she's like a Lamia witch. She's like the queen of all the Lamias, and she's got all this power. And then they just reduce it down to a little pendant that he wears.
Yeah, but brownie points, he did call her ma'am like he does in the book. That was good.
It broke my heart. If they did this properly, it would have been the best thing ever.
Yeah.
But they did it so badly.
They just mixed and matched. I mean, it is a long series. To be fair, unless it's Harry Potter, no book series is going to have more than 3 films, really.
They shouldn't have even bothered then, because it's got 13
Well, yeah, like City of Bones, they made the first one. They were never going to make all 6 unless it's crazy Harry Potter Twilight kind of popularity. So, and Percy Jackson, they try, but they make the first one and that's it. So
they should just learn from their mistakes. Tusk!
I liked Tusk, but
I hated Tusk.
He was it was very random. He was just kind of this cute creature that followed them around and did stuff for them. But he's actually the backbreaker nasty man in this or something.
He's just he can't talk. He's basically an abnormal person, and he does the dirty work of Mother Malkin and Alice's mum, Boney Lizzie, in the first one. And he chases Tom and Alice, and he's going to murder them until they get safely in the Bogart house. Oh, it's just terrible. Yeah. It's terrible. Why is he a good guy? Why?
I was thinking, when I said I was seeing this, my dad was like, oh, that looks quite good. And I was thinking, yeah, I wasn't expecting it to be like the book, but I thought it might be a good film. But after, the point where it just starts to get a bit silly and random, they're chased by some big giant, and it just got stupid. And when I got back, my dad was like, oh, well, I like it. And I was like, no one will. It was just a poor film.
The giant was the Bogart. Bogart's meant to be tiny. But they throw... Anyway, what else was annoying? Oh, yeah. Since I was, flying this about, they did do a bit of the second book. It was an amalgamation of basically the first 6 books. They did this book in 10 minutes.
Was that the priest bit?
Priest Town.
Yeah.
That was the only setting that I thought was alright, but the steeple wasn't high enough. I am picking. And the beast was a man bear.
That was weird.
It's not meant to be a man bear, it's meant to be the Bane. The Bane is the devil. Man bear.
I know. What's bear though? Bears.
I love bears, but not a man bear. Gregory was like, oh, I'm never going to burn the witches. No one deserves that. We're not going to eat the heart of the witches. And then he's just like, oh, burn it alive, Tom, burn it. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
No,
that
Gregory.
Was so wrong. It was like Dumbledore doing Voldemort-y things. It was just... Yeah, basically, if you haven't read this series, you should, because it's really good. It gets a bit repetitive. But if you are not understanding our anger, basically, imagine Harry Potter, where they merge, the first 3 films... But Sirius Black dies in that film, in that merged up one, and Dumbledore's a massive dick, and
Harry just is 20.
Yeah, and it's not Hogwarts either. It's just it's meant to be Hogwarts, but it's just wrong.
And Molly Weasley gets killed.
Yeah, like, imagine all of that. That's why we're so angry, because it's just sort of... if what I just described could have been a good magical film, like Stardust kind of good film, if you ignore the book or whatever, but it wasn't, it was bad.
Bad film.
So...
this just was... let's just move on and forget this ever happened and just keep the series and love the series and forget they ever made a film.
Yep, I think our next Project 2015 is Paper Towns, I think. So far this series has been quite ranty and rubbish, but I expect number 4 to be mad excitement. I think we should film the video like straight after we see
will.
it.
We
should
should
see it and then film and be like, woo! And you'll hate us because we'll just be like, we'll probably be crying on camera.
All the way through the film we're going to sob. Maybe we
Yeah.
should just come back straight away and film it, and then you'll get a proper reaction.
Yeah, we won't leave it delayed like we had to for Insurgent and this one because of holidays.
And we know Paper Towns, the book, inside out, back to front.
Yeah, but the trailer was perfect, so... Comment if you have seen this film, The Seventh Son, and what you thought. You might completely disagree with us. But we will see you on the next video.
Bye!
I did a half smile.
Wait.